Good morning, students. Welcome to the digital classes of Lalbagh Girls Intermediate College. This is Ma'am Spring in her education class, and this class of mine is for class 12th. Students, this is probably the last class of chapter learning, and in this I am giving the theory of imitation. In the previous lecture, I had given the theory of insight learning, and this is the theory of imitation. So, imitation is the conscious process. What is imitation? It's a conscious process where the individuals attempts to reproduce the behavior of others, and it is the way of learning in which behavior of others acts as the stimuli for the learner. It is also called learned or the social behavior. Imitation occurs in childhood or in the period of adolescence. When the children follow the behavior of their elderly persons, they walk, they talk, eat, display their emotions as their common ways of life from their models. The adolescent can be found copying actors and actresses, and the small children, they try to copy their parents. So the popular theories of imitation are as follows. The very first theory is given by Thorndike. The Thorndike's theory of imitation. Thorndike conducted experiments on animals and found imitation as learned mechanism in them. Imitation satisfied the motives. The rejected or antisocial behavior of society are not at all imitated by the individuals. So individuals imitates only those behaviors which are praised in the society. The next theory is given by Miller and Dollar, and this theory is known as Miller and Dollar's theory of imitation. So Miller and Dollar concluded that the behavior which gratify our needs and motives are learned through imitation. The imitation learning generally occurs in smaller children on the basis of this theory. They classified imitation into three categories as simple, matching, and copying behavior. The next theory of imitation was given by Bandura. Bandura and others, they have given the theory of imitation, and then in their experimental studies they concluded that the nursery school children imitate rewarded behavior but reject the behaviors which are penalized by the experimenter. It was also found that the children do not imitate those behavior of their model which are neither rewarded nor punished by experimenter. So experiment relating to learning by imitation, there was one another given by Hegarty, and Hegarty conducted many experiments in support of this theory of imitation. He kept two hungry monkeys confined in a cage and placed one banana stick in empty stick. Before one of the monkeys, that monkey tried hard to take the banana but could not succeed. Finally, he picked up another stick and with its help extracted the bananas. The other monkey was watching all this process very carefully. Next day, the same experiment was conducted upon the other monkey. So that monkey, without going through the process of trial and error, extracted the banana in the very first attempt. This clears that the monkey learnt through their imitation. Small children have very intense instinct of imitation, hence theory of imitation should be observed while teaching new knowledge to the children. This theory is also implemented in education. So what is the importance of this imitation theory in education? That we are going to do with this. So the very first thing that it helps in social learning. Social learning is totally based on imitation. First, the child learns from his family, then from his playmates, then from neighbors, then from school, and then from society. This you have already done in your class 11th syllabus. As the child grows, he learns the ideas, values, customs, religion, language, and other social norms. Thus, imitation is exclusively responsible for providing social learning at the early stages of life. It also helps in socialization and personality development. The process of socialization is completed in different stages and is fulfilled through various agencies. These primary, secondary, and tertiary agencies help in the process of socialization through imitation. During the process of socialization, they imitate their family members, their teachers, their neighbors, and when the child learns habit, customs, rituals, norms, values, desires, aspiration, etc., they give a definite shape to their personality. Thus, imitation helps in developing a balanced and a harmonious personality. Third, that it fulfills basic desires and motives. Imitations not only help in learning but also in recognizing an individual as a specific member or a particular group or society. After assimilation of various qualities, the individual becomes a good player or a good actor or a good friend. The next, it helps in social organization. The positive social values can be flourished only through imitations, leading individual towards social organization. Thus, all the members learn the act in a common way. Enhancing social progress is one of the basic feature of this theory. Imitation enhances the social progress by inculcating social values, keeping intact and social organization, and providing opportunity to the young ones to follow the norms of the society. If all these components occurs in harmonious manner, the society's progress is confirmed. So through imitation, an individual can also adopt the progressive ideas and inventions of other groups and can implement them for the progress of his own social group or society. So, in all, we can say that the society is based on imitation and it is the key to the social mystery. So, this is all about this chapter learning. In this, I have given various theories of learning to you which you need to learn by heart. In the next lecture of mine, I'll be starting with the next chapter of yours. So till then, bye-bye and thank you.